Hello and welcome to CTN's live coverage of high school girls hockey. Tonight, Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds, their record being 0-1-1, will host the Maple Grove Crimson here at Champlin Park Ice Forum. My name's Tom Terhar. Alongside me is Howie Shapiro. And Howie, first game for the Crimson tonight and 3 under the belt for the Bluebirds.
Tom, first of all, welcome to the broadcast. I'm not used to looking up to my broadcast partner, so I know how Joe feels because he's a little shorter than I. But, yeah, this is going to be an interesting game. This is a team in Maple Grove that is rated 8th in the state to start this season out. And Cardinals do have a couple of games under their belt, and this is going to be a big test for them.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a well-contested hockey game. Maple Grove ranked 8th in the state to start the season.
Yeah, and they're certainly led by one of their better players, Manon McMahon. She's coming off a season where she scored 31 goals and 21 assists. So they're looking for her, obviously, for some leadership and continued guidance in terms of she's one of the seniors on this team. And if they're going to be successful, that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah, on the other side, you have Lisney, who is a veteran defenseman for the Bluebirds.
Hannah Lisney, she is certainly a good player, and in my estimation, has been the best player on this team through the first 2 games. And she's really what they want to do on defense. She leads that defense. She's very strong, and they have an opportunity in this game if they can play some tight defense and score some goals.
Absolutely, and we'll have puck drop when we come back. You're listening to CTN's live coverage of high school girls hockey.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Welcome back to the Champlin Park Ice Forum for some high school girls hockey. Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds taking on the Crimson. They're just getting ready for the face-off here. As we get a shot at the starting goaltender, Lucy Morgan, number 32 for the Crimson. Crimson's first game of the year.
Yeah, you had mentioned that in the opening that it is their first game of the year, and this is going to be a test. Obviously, you know, you've played sports before in your background. You know that scrimmaging is one thing, but once you start live action, it's a totally different situation. This is a good team in Maple Grove. They had a very successful season a year ago, and they're looking to continue to grow as this season continues.
And it looks like we'll have the starters here from the Crimson. Left wing, Emily Herdine at center. Manon McMahon, who we had the spotlight on in the pregame, and Lauren Stensley, the right winger, number 16 for these Crimson. And the defensive pairing will be number 7, Emma Larson. She's a senior, as well as Annika Johnson, number 27, a freshman starting at defense, and in goal, Lucy Morgan, of course, the senior goaltender for the Crimson.
Crimson missing 3 of their starters. They've been dealing with some injuries to start this season out already. So, again, this will be a test for the Bluebirds. You know, they opened up with Burnsville, who was a test, and certainly at Centennial the other night played to a 1-1 tie, and then they've got the Crimson here tonight. And then Tuesday night, the number 1 team in the metro area, the Andover Huskies, your alma mater.
Yeah,
I expect to see you there. They're playing up at Andover on Tuesday against the number 1 team who just came off a win over the Edina Hornets, which will make Joe Young very happy.
And as you can see, they're working on the net a little bit there, tying up some loose ends before we have face-off. And we also get a good look at Bailey Shuck. She's had an awesome start of the season here for the Bluebirds.
She's kept the Bluebirds in these first 2 games.
Face-off at center, won by the Crimson. Here's Emma Larson. She'll get it up ahead for McMahon. She'll reverse in her own zone. and bring into the neutral zone herself. She'll flip it up ahead and into the bench. We'll have a stoppage in play.
One of the things that Coach Coltis talked to us about is the Bluebirds have gotten off to a slow start in the first period in both of their contests. So they're looking here tonight to see if they can get a little extra step, get off to a quick start.
Possibly score some goals.
Yes.
1 goal on the entire season. Walking down front, the shot that'll go high and wide of the net. On the shot was number 16, Lauren Stensley. Fight for in the corner, pinning in the corner. That's number 29, Delaney Johnson. It gets free now behind the net. Johnson with the puck. Up the far side, down the middle is Johnson. Past the blue line. She'll send it ahead. For Baker. Mackenzie Baker with the shot on goal, gloved. Knocked to the ground and then smothered by Lucy Morgan, and we'll have a face-off in Crimson Zone.
Yeah, the shot inside. Morgan's doing a good job of just keeping that puck in front of her, and then it pops right down below, and she had to make sure she covered up.
Face-off controlled by the Crimson. Jenna Brandt will get it up the boards. That's kept in the zone well by number 27, Bezcalo.
She has the only goal on the season for the Bluebirds.
A lone goal for Bezcalo. Fighting for it behind the net. It's picked up here by the Crimson. Number 24, Jenna Tim. She'll get it up ahead. That pass is intercepted by Bezcalo. She'll flip it right back to Tim. Up ahead. Corbin will dump and chase herself. Fighting after in the corner is McLennan. Picked up now by Tater. That's flipped out of the zone by the Bluebirds and right back in and right back out again. Past center ice and sent down. Playing behind her own net is number 32, Lucy Morgan. Chasing after the puck, Haley Williams. Picked up now by Tim. Again, Tim will send it all the way across. That's for number 25, Tia Rice, and she'll send it in deep into the zone.
You know, Coach Coltis was talking about that slow start in the first period. They changed things up in the warm-ups, Tom, and they're going to hope that that gives them a little something different to work on.
Little boost of energy
Yes.
as Haley Williams gets it up the side. We'll get it up to Tyson. Now it's picked up by the Crimson in their own zone. Past the neutral zone. Here's McMahon walking in, trying to pull a move. Couldn't control the puck after the move. She keeps in her own zone, though. Gets it tipped away. Good defensive play there by number 28, Kyler Shack. This is picked up now by Sinjum. Sinjum sending it across, looking for her teammate. She'll get it. Fans on the first shot, and second shot saved. Picked up by the Crimsons, number 7, Emma Larson. Larson with it down the near side. Down the middle, past their own blue line. And we'll just flip it in the zone after you get past center ice. Picking this one up low is Peterson. Peterson dropping it off. Didn't have her teammate there. Now it's pushed into the zone for the Crimson by number 8, Macklick. Intercepted again here. And sent deep into the Crimson zone. Brandt will get it up to Stelgis. Stelgis into the zone. Putting on a move and gets directed back behind the net. Kept in the zone by Tim. Winds up with a big shot. That's a pad save by Shuck. Another save. Quick shot and another one by Shuck. And finally, Coon Rapids almost got it out, but it's kept in again. An on-goal shot and save there. That shot was by number 26, Jenna Brandt.
A little bit of a flurry there for the Crimson, and again, we talked about Bailey Shuck and what she does in nets for this Bluebird team, and a couple of nice saves, and then of course the carry made sure she had to cover up on that puck and get the face-off to her right.
Face-off controlled by the Crimson. We sent back in the corner by Emma Larson. In her own zone with the puck. That's number 3, Emily Peterson. She'll get it up and ahead. This is Delaney Johnson. Putting a move on, will lose the puck after the move, but somehow get it up to Bezcalo. Bezcalo will lose it to Emma Larson. Here's Larson. Trying to get over to her defensive partner, Annika Johnson. It'll be up the near side now to Tia Rice. That's taken away. Picked up quick shot knocked down on the shot attempt with number 13, Mackenzie Baker. Now picked up ahead by Larson. It up to Tater. Tater trying to get it up here for Tia Rice. As they're fighting for it now on the far side. It'll get back into the Crimson zone. Johnson, the freshman, behind the net. Get it up and across for number 24, Jordan Tim, and it's put right back into the Crimson zone. Crimson have a tough time getting it out of their own zone. Picked up by the Crimson once again. Past center ice. Here's Stensley walking in on her backhand. Goes to the forehand. A lot of contact there as she was going towards the net. She'll get the puck taken away. Now it's Tim. Get it up and off the boards ahead to Herdeen. Herdeen fighting for it. Tim trying to keep in the zone. She will not be able to, and it's picked up by her defensive partner, Brandt. Brandt circling right in front of the net. That's a dangerous play.
Yeah, you got to be a little nervous about that one.
This will be sent all the way down. The pass was offline by Jenna Tim, and it'll be icing. Face-off will go back in front of Lucy Morgan.
Well, again, the Crimson just starting to heat their offense up, trying here a little bit. When I talked to Coach Amber Heglin, she said, we're just trusting our systems. This is a group of hockey players that played well last season and is coming off some success. But again, just trying to, with the first game of the year, looking to see what she has and the combinations she can make.
Trying to get that right combination is for the Crimson. Walking into the zone is number 9, Stelges. She'll circle around the net, waiting for the right opportunity. Tries to get a pass up top. After deflection, she will, but it'll be past the blue line, and they'll have to regroup here in the neutral zone. Here's Emma Larson. Back to Johnson. Back over to Larson. And she'll take it up ahead herself. Getting it up now for Sachs. And that'll be put right back in the neutral zone. Coon Rapids doing a good job. Champlin Coon Rapids, I should say, doing a good job at keeping them out of their zone.
Well, and that's the key against this team. You don't want to give them the opportunities in front of the net. If you can keep them away from your end, that's good hockey.
This puck is rolling. It'll send all the way down. There was a touch on it, so will not be icing, as Lucy Morgan will stop behind her own net. Brandt getting it up ahead now for Tia Rice. Tia Rice has Tater with her, puts on a move, shot, stick save, rebound, and another save by Shuck.
Shuck able to get a skate on it. Good pressure there by the Crimson.
As McMahon trying to get her own zone, that's kept in by Tia Rice. Tia Rice all over the place tonight to start this one. This is flipped up ahead. Trying to play that one was Sinjum. She won't get there. Now it's still Tia Rice and Tater. Tater with the puck now. She's fighting for it. It's now picked up by Lure, and Lure will try to send it up ahead. It's kept in the zone again by Brandt, and it'll finally get into the neutral zone, but it's picked up very quickly by Tater. Up and ahead for Rice. That's just out of the reach of Rice. That pass by Chloe Corbin. Corbin tied up now, picked up by Tater in the corner now. Tater up top to Tim on a rolling puck. Will get it over for Emma Larson. The shot that'll go wide right in the net. This is flipped up and ahead and picked up by Johnson to Emma Larson. That's deflected and kept in the zone. Hustle play there by number 13 for CPCR, Mackenzie Baker, the senior, the captain. Up ahead for McMahon. Skates past one as a defender fall down. She tries to drop it off for her line mate, but it just left it a little bit behind her.
She had 2 skaters there coming into the net as well. The Bluebirds had the first 2 shots on goal, but 5 straight for the Crimson. A little pressure in on the Bluebird end.
Almost looking at some points, almost like a mini power play.
Yep.
As they're able to really move the puck around down low.
Which great stick handling there, and as you see all the Crimson jerseys in front of the net.
It's picked up by Larson behind her net, over to Johnson. Back over to Larson, as that's a freshman-senior defensive combo there. A lot of faith in the freshman.
Well, you got to be a good player on a team that's rated 8th in the Metro if you're starting as a freshman.
Herdeen chasing after this puck. It'll get back to Larson. Larson will try to send it ahead to Herdeen. She'll send it down the middle. McMahon making the girl miss. Walking down, she's got a shot, and it'll be a delayed penalty coming up as she is hooked as she was going down was attacking the net.
She is good. You could tell she's a goal scorer. She's got nice moves as she's approaching the net. We're going to see it here. Just look at the job she does getting through the defense, able to maintain that. There's where you see the hook was.
Hook on the glove there, and headed to the box. I believe it was number 13, Mackenzie Baker, the captain. No, it's number 21, excuse me. Number 21, Abby Peterson, the sophomore, will be headed to the box. And this will be a power play now for the Crimson. It's Emma Larson. She'll get up top to McMahon. Back to the left point for Larson. That's a shot blocked in front of the net.
That was Lisney. Again, we talked about what she's been doing on defense all season long for the first 2 games.
Tater, wide open net, score!
They made that one look easy, Tom.
That's Emily Herdeen. First goal of the season for the Crimson on the power play.
Herdeen was wide open at the goal mouth, and a good job feeding it to her.
Great pass across.
There you see it again. Look at the pass. Nobody there. Herdeen, easy opportunity for her to get that goal. And the Crimson take the 1-0 lead.
Great vision by Tater there. She could have wound up and taken a shot herself, but a great selfless pass. As they're on the rush right away, a shot on goal right off the goal face-off. Saved there by Shuck. That shot was by number 8, Michaela Macklick. So little momentum. They come down right away and get another shot on goal.
Well, they were anxious, I'm sure, to get out on the ice. This is their first game, and they wanted live competition. And we talked about with Coach Coltis, this is going to be a test for his squad, and you can see exactly why he said that.
Jenna Tim out top, shot, score! Jenna Tim winds up, and there must have been a screener in front of Shuck there, because that was just a beamer, top right corner.
Yeah, 2 quick goals here for the Crimson. And that was just a shot. We'll take another look at it again, but that must have had a screener at this point. If it hit somebody, or did it? Yeah, it looked like she just couldn't see it, misplayed it. But nonetheless, the Crimson's going to they're taking a 2-0 lead here with 7:55 remaining in the first period.
This is exactly what Coach Coltis didn't want to happen tonight.
No. I mean, he knew it was going to be a test, and he knew his squad had to play well. But anytime you're up against a team like this, and it's 2-0 already, they've got their work cut out for them. Still plenty of time, obviously. Take another look at that goal, Tom, and it just shot from up top.
Ooh, that was redirected.
Yeah, it was redirected. Yeah, got a piece of somebody. Awfully tough as a goaltender, as you would know. Yeah. That it's tough enough to stop him, let alone have a redirected shot.
Here's Tia Rice now, sending it in front to Tater, hacking at the puck in front of the net. It's picked up. Tater shoots it just left of the net, trying to get the same type of assist as she did on the first power play goal. This is picked up now by number 4, Erica Tyson. She'll get it out of the zone, get it up ahead. It's played now by Larson from Johnson. Larson being patient with the puck. Back to Annika Johnson. Now back to Larson, a little bit out of her reach. She'll throw it up and off the boards ahead to Tater. Tater trying to pull a move on. Good defense there by number 21, Abby Peterson. Take that puck away. But it's picked up by number 14, Chloe Corbin, and she's tied up to the near side, near corner of the net. Corbin trying to dig that out. There's also Tater there. Now it's picked up by Abby Peterson. She'll send it up and off the boards. And ahead for Haley Williams, and Williams just send it deep. Morgan will play behind her own net. Picked up by Emma Larson. She's got a full steam ahead there, and the pass is off, and it looks like it will be icing. Face-off will come back in front of Lucy Morgan in the Crimson zone.
They need the Bluebirds need a little pressure, less pressure down in their end, so an opportunity for a face-off down in the Crimson side. Again, offensively, you just have to be able to control it and put a little presence down in the Crimson end. But the Bluebirds, as you look at head coach Jim Coltis, they have not been able to do that so far here in this hockey game. Just 4 shots on net.
And here the Crimson again on the rush as they'll get it quickly into the Coon Rapids zone. Fighting after this one was Leasing, kept in the zone by McMahon. She'll skate down front, waiting. Shot just to the left of the net. Might have had an opening there, but she missed the net. Here's Bezcalo. Will send it up ahead. That's deflected, but it'll right back to CPCR. And they'll try to flick it in the zone. It's knocked down, and offsides will be the call as they sent that from the neutral zone right into the lap of one of her players. So face-off just outside of the Crimson zone. And as a team down 2-0, you can't be patient now. You got to be aggressive, and it puts them a little bit at disadvantage.
No, and a goal for the Bluebirds here would be huge if they're able to get a tally before the period ends.
This is Hannah Lisney. Down the middle, shot. The puck is still loose. She thought he had it. She thought she had it, and it's thrown to the corner as we'll have a delayed penalty coming up. Morgan didn't secure that puck. The shot down the middle by Holly Johnson, and people came diving in there, and I'm not sure where the penalty is going to be, I believe.
It's going to be on Maple Grove.
Let's look at the replay here.
Take a look again. What was it? Yeah, she brought her to the ice.
Yeah. And that's a huge loss on the Pinnacle. That's Emma Larson.
Yep.
Their senior captain.
And you know the Bluebirds, although they haven't they haven't scored a lot of goals, it's just the one on the season. On the power play, they've been pretty efficient, and they've been getting some opportunities. They just haven't been able to get them to count.
And maybe an opportunity here for the Crimson, walking down front, tied up. Puck is still loose, and it's redirected into the corner. Almost a McMahon, still with the puck behind the net, out front, waiting. Won't get the shot off. Will just control it, almost like they have the power play, and they're shorthanded. McMahon, tied up on the far side. Finally picked up by Coon Rapids, but it gets right in the hands of Annika Johnson. But back to the hands of Coon Rapids. Here's Baker. Baker walking in, reversing on the far side. Barely keeping in the zone here is Delaney Johnson. Johnson getting pushed off the puck there. And here comes the Crimson on the shorthanded rush. Here's Tim sending it up ahead, and we'll have another delayed penalty coming up.
This will be on the Bluebirds. Looks like Delaney Johnson, I believe.
Delaney Johnson will be headed to the box.
Let's see what happened here.
Oh, she had her arm there.
Yeah, she held on to it. She was holding her. There's some pushing and shoving there. And she's not letting go.
She's not letting go. That was about 5 seconds too long there for Delaney
There's
Johnson.
still some drawing. She was drawing from the penalty box.
Yeah. So now another disadvantage here for the Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds, already down 2-0.
Yeah, so they'll skate 4-on-4 for 57 seconds, and then they'll have that amount of time on a power play for the Crimson. And that's the last thing you want to do, is to give a good offensive team an extra man or skater advantage, and that's what they'll have looking at for 57 seconds once that 103 is off the clock on the penalty on Maple Grove.
And at this point, as a coach, I mean, you're less focused on scoring a goal to get in a one-goal lead. You're more focused on, let's keep it here.
Well, yeah.
Going in, and let's talk things over.
Absolutely.
As face-off will be taken by number 14 for the Crimson, Chloe Corbin. 4-on-4 hockey here. Here's Corbin around the net, making one girl miss. Now she's all the way up to the other side, dropping it off for Johnson. Johnson will swing it around down low for number 11, Emily Herdeen. Herdeen chasing after this one, picking it up for the Bluebirds. Number 13, Mackenzie Baker. She'll skate into the zone herself. Walking in, backhanding it. Looked like she wanted to pass that to someone. No one was there.
No one was there, unfortunately, but it was a nice look across the goal mouth.
Sending it right back in is Abby Peterson. Here's Annika Johnson, picking it up now behind the net. And up ahead, walking down middle. That's tipped away. Tia Rice trying to get a shot off. That's tipped back as well. Abby Peterson trying to get up, kept in the zone. Walking down Main Street there was number 21, Courtney Leasing. She'll get it to Rice. Rice is pushed off the puck. And now it's a power play here for the Crimson for another 45 seconds. Emma Larson is out of the box. That's a huge, huge get for the Crimson right out of the penalty box. She has fresh legs. Here's Larson over to McMahon. McMahon walking down the near side. Waiting. Switching positions with Larson. She'll get it right to Larson. Back to McMahon. Back to Larson. Larson walking down. Shot. That's a blocker save. It might hit the stick a little bit there by Shuck, but it's a save nonetheless. Larson trying to keep it in the zone, and she will not be able to. It'll be in the neutral zone. 10 seconds remaining on the power play here for the Crimson. Here's Larson walking down, tipped away. Few players tripped on the play, one losing their stick. And it'll be sent all the way down, as this will not be icing, as the penalty was just expiring, so there won't be icing. It's picked up by McMahon trying to get to Larson.
Well, good job by the Bluebirds fighting off that 53-second disadvantage for the skater. And they certainly could not, they ill afford giving up any more goals here in this first period.
Emily Peterson getting it up ahead for Haley Williams. That pass is intercepted by number 8, Michaela Macklick. She'll get it down the middle of the Tater. Tater with the shot blocked in front, rebound, right on goal. Shoving at, poking at that one was Sam Stelges, and the save by Shuck to keep this a 2-goal game.
Yeah, Shuck was able to make sure she grabbed that puck and kept it inside. You're going to see it again. More pressure by the Crimson. His first shot on goal is there, drops to her knees, make sure she covers up that puck.
I was taught to just lay down and hope you have the puck underneath you in those
pray.
types of
Lay down and pray.
Keeping this one in the zone for the Crimson is Tim. Here's Stelges, back up top to Tim. Back to Stelges. Excuse me, Macklick. Get a load of sacks. That'll be taken away by Emily Peterson. Up ahead for Holly Johnson. Here's Holly. She'll flip it as she gets halfway down. She said she didn't get there in time. She wasn't past center ice, and it'll be icing. The faceoff will come right back in front of Shuck.
Yeah, again, just trying to get something going here as this first period winds to a close. Minute 35 remaining.
Now, I know in football they have time of possession. I don't know if there's a stat in that for hockey, but it's very heavily in favor of the Crimson.
Well, yeah, they've been able to control the puck down in the Bluebird end for most of this first period. And granted, it shows it had 2 goals by the Crimson here.
Fighting for it on the near boards. Emerging with the puck is Sarah McLennan. She'll get past center ice. Picked up by number 29, Delaney Johnson. She'll get it taken away. But the Bluebirds will still control it, not for long. Walking down middle is Chloe Corbin. She'll get it taken away into the neutral zone. Here's Emma Larson, right past her own blue line. She'll get it whacked at by Delaney Johnson. Johnson trailing Larson, trying to get it loose on the boards, and it's picked up by Tia Rice now. She'll drop it off and send it into the zone deep. Chasing is Tia Rice. Behind the zone, Tia Rice. She's being pinned on the boards by Abby Peterson. This is now picked up by Erica Tyson. She'll flip it up ahead to Sophie Sinjum, and she'll chase after it, but it's controlled now by number 4, Erica Tyson, in their own zone, but not for long. And it's right back to Tyson. Emma Larson will play it in her own corner now. To McMahon. McMahon wanted to take it herself. Don't blame her. She's walking into the zone, trying to put a move on. Good defensive play there by number 3, Emily Peterson, the senior, taking that puck away from McMahon.
Yeah, that was huge. That's going to kill off the period.
As you hear the buzzer, 0-0 is on the clock. So after 1 period of play, Howie, 2-0, what do the Bluebirds have to do here?
Well, I think they have to alleviate pressure in their own end, I think, most importantly, and obviously find some offense.
Yeah, needing some offense here in the second period, as so far 2 goals are the difference, 2-0. You're listening to CTN Girls Varsity Hockey.
CTN Spotlight brings you local stories, shining a light on the issues and events that make this community great. Watch CTN Spotlight on CTN Coon Rapids, your community television network.
is my kingdom come. This is my kingdom come.
Hi, I'm Ryan Nagasu, 2010 Olympian and bronze medal winner of the 2014 U.S. Championships. I knew I loved skating at the age of 5, and now it's become my life passion. Find your skating passion at the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Classes are available all year round. It could be the place where your skating dreams come true. See you on the ice.
Welcome back to the Champlin Park Ice Forum, as we are going to be joined by Amber Hagelin, head coach of the the Maple Grove Crimson. Amber, up 2-0. What do you think has been the biggest factor of your success in this first period?
Well, I think we've come out with a lot of speed and a lot of excitement, and we've used that to our advantage and been able to create a couple opportunities. Obviously, the power play goal is a big asset, and that was the best that I've seen that group move the puck around in the weeks that we've been able to practice it, and it was fun to get one there.
Coach, you talked about, obviously you touched on the speed, but you also talked to me earlier about the pressure and continue to put pressure on them. I thought you guys did a really nice job of controlling the puck down in their end. What do you talk to the girls in between periods about continuing that forward?
We are going to be talking about staying aggressive and making sure that we have a third forward high, but continuing to go at the puck and trying to create some turnovers that can allow us to utilize our stick skills. But we're also going to be talking about that they're going to come back out, and they're a great team, and they've got some assets themselves. And this goalie is, if you can get a 1 or 2 past her, you're lucky. So we're expecting a battle to the end, and it's going to be fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Amber, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you to Amber Hagelin, and we will be back when the second period starts up again. Thank you for listening to CTN Sports. We're doing some high school girls hockey here at CTN.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Stay connected to what's happening in your community by watching CTN Update, with a new episode every Friday at 5 p.m. From your local city and county government to what's happening in our schools, to interesting stories on the people and events here at home, we've got it all covered. CTN Update, keeping you connected to your community. County hopes construction of the overpass can start in March or April and be finished by the start of the new school year.
Yes, I'm going to live to be 100.
Welcome back to the Champlin Park Ice Forum. 2-0 is your score after the first period. As I'm alongside Howie Shapiro once again, and 2-0 and a power play goal and an even strength goal.
Yeah, and the Crimson, we heard from Coach Hagelin, we talked about the fact that their speed and their pressure is really what has done well for them in this first period, and that's why they're sitting at a 2-goal lead.
Speed, a big factor. You have players like Tio Rice and Emma Larson all over, as we'll have some highlights here. That was the penalty that led to this power play goal. Great pass by Tater to Herdine for the score.
Yeah, Herdine's wide open on the far side of the net. And there you see that second goal. You're going to watch the deflection. Not much Chuck could do on that, as it changes. The puck changed the angle and went right past her, and it's an unfortunate situation. But as a former goaltender, you know that sometimes that puck changes course of direction. It's tough to stop.
It's not always your fault, and you got to rebound and come back. As we show some stats here, obviously it's scored 2-0, but shots on goal 9-5. Coon Rapids just got to get more pucks at the net on Lucy Morgan.
Yeah, you know, and I think too, just 9 shots by the Crimson. The way that they were playing in that first period, you would thought they would get an opportunity to get a few more. So you've got to figure the defense did a decent job of limiting what the opportunities could be for the Crimson. And as you mentioned, they're going to come out in the second period, hope to step up their play offensively and see if they can get a tally against the Crimson goaltender.
Yeah, got it. Can't win a game with 0 goals. Got to get on the board.
Not when you're down 2-0
for the Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds. So your score after the first period 2-0. We'll be back in just a second for the second period. You're listening to CTN Girls Hockey.
Oh, hi. I'm TV's Howie Shapiro. And when I'm not announcing CTN sports broadcasts with my sidekick Joe Yen, I'm watching all the other great programs on the CTN Studios YouTube page. There's news stories, great local events, and even full games. You can even watch on any smart device with a YouTube app. Whether that's your phone or a tablet, you can watch CTN's great programming wherever and whenever you want. You can even watch CTN's event coverage live. So no matter where you are, you can share in all the excitement. CTN Studios, building community through cable.
Welcome back here to the Champlin Park Ice Forum. Second period action in just moments. The Crimson on top of the Bluebirds, 2-0. And Howie, the Bluebirds got to get something going right away in this period and make a statement saying, we're not done yet.
Well, yeah, and I think that they do, and they have to try and take control of this game. We talked to Coach Hegland, remember Hegland for Maple Grove, and you know, she's taking it to the point where we're going to continue to have to pressure and put pressure on the goaltender and increase that lead. And that's something that they're going to try and do. But the Bluebirds have to figure out a way to stop some of that pressure, get some more time and space in their end, in their own, you know, in the Crimson end, and put some pressure on the Crimson keeper. Just 5 shots on goal in that first period for the Bluebirds.
They have to play aggressive, but they have to play smart still.
Yes.
If they make bad mistakes looking to push into the other end, this Crimson team, ranked 8th in state without even playing a game yet, are make them pay for it.
Well, and too, they have to stay out of the box. I think it's important for them to keep Maple Grove off their power play unit. I think that's going to be a key here in the second period to try and get back into this game.
McMahon will walk down. She was our highlight player. She walks right out in front. The puck's laying there, trying to pick that one up. As there's a big shot and a save by Shuck. 2 quick saves by Shuck to start the period.
Yeah, you talk about pressure. We talked about pressure, and they're putting pressure on right away, are the Crimson.
McMahon to Herdeen with the shot pad save. Shuck wasn't even down in her butterfly yet, and now it's picked up here by Emily Peterson. She'll flip it into the zone on a rolling puck. Larson will play. Larson reversing. We'll go behind Morgan, and we'll try to get it up ahead here for Stensley. Stensley fighting it loose right near the center ice, and it'll get to McMahon, and McMahon will send it nearly on net. Played by Shuck, and then up ahead all the way to number 13, Mackenzie Baker. Baker gets in the zone barely, but it's sent up ahead. Chasing after this one is Tia Rice, and it's just out of her reach, and it'll be icing. So the faceoff will come back in front of Lucy Morgan. Maybe an opportunity for the Bluebirds to have some offense.
Already 3 shots on goal in the first minute for Maple Grove. So that's, again, that's what you want to avoid if your CPCR is that pressure down in your end. And the Crimson show you how well they do putting pressure on.
Faceoff controlled by Jenna Tim. She'll reverse behind her own net, trying to backhand this one up ahead. She'll get it up to Tia Rice. Rice up ahead to Chloe Corbin. Chloe walking in, offsides. Line judge saying it was offsides, and the faceoff will just come outside of the CPCR zone.
Again, they got to just try and neutralize what the Crimson are doing. And I mean, defense is going to play a big part here in the second period for the Bluebirds.
As this one is poked into the Crimson zone by Jenna Tim. She'll get it up ahead here for Tia Rice. Getting up ahead for Corbin. Corbin's got Tater skating towards the net. Corbin around the net, waiting Finally gets the puck poked away. This one picked up by the Bluebirds, but kept in the zone by Tater. Tater gets spun around. She had a stick, caught in her armpit, and then she just threw it. I'm pretty sure it was a player for the Bluebirds, and the Bluebirds will flip it in now. Haley Williams will flip it in, but it's picked up immediately by number 26, Jenna Brandt. She'll get up ahead to Tater. They'll be tipped away as they get into the zone. And it's picked up by the Bluebirds walking into the zone with a scoring chance. Shot, save there by Lucy Morgan. That shot was by number 22, Allie Lure, the senior. Solid shot on goal, but just put it right in the chest protector of Lucy Morgan for the save.
Hoping something would happen is that if there be a rebound, but Morgan did a really nice job of just hanging on to that, making sure there was no rebound, able to get the opportunity out front.
Held on tight by Lucy Morgan. Here's Johnson. Behind the net will emerge. Will poke it out front and ahead for sacks. They'll be sent right back into the zone by number 10, Sinjum, and played right away by Larson. Larson will send it in deep in the Bluebird zone. Around the net. On the near side. Trying to keep that in the zone was Larson, but she won't be able to. It'll go all the way down, and they'll wave off icing. So Johnson will play it. Chasing after Johnson is Bezcalo. They're fighting for it now on the near side boards. Got a few players. Larson will chop down Bezcalo, and that'll be Larson's second penalty of the game, where she'll head to the box once again.
Yeah, again, now an opportunity for the Bluebirds to go on the power play, and they're going to have to try and make something happen here. They're not going to get the advantage too often, and once they do, they're going to have to try and get some pressure. Just one shot on net so far here early on in the second period for CPCR, as you see the penalty there.
That was Larson just going too low. She went for the skates instead of the stick. There's a shot on goal right away. Will go way high and arc over the net. Low playing as Bezcalo. Now Delaney Johnson in the far corner trying to keep control of the puck. Haley Williams is there as well. Trying to poke it free to the Crimson is number 16, Stensley. She'll send it all the way around for Annika Johnson. Bezcalo will flip it up top. Now and it's low. Bezcalo trying to flip in front to Williams. Williams is hit as she was trying to play it. I don't know, there might have been a little bit of illegal contact in front of the net there, but it'll be sent all the way down. Playing this one is number 29, Delaney Johnson. Johnson past center ice. Into the offensive zone is Johnson. She'll flip it in low, chasing after is Bezcalo, but first one there is Jenna Tim. Trying to keep this one in the zone, and she will, is number 16, Hannah Lisney, excuse me. Near corner now, not being able to sustain the puck and get good possession on this power play as there's only 40 seconds remaining in it.
Yeah, again, they're just not getting any opportunities from this off.
Lisney with the shot tipped in front by Haley Williams, but it was tipped wide of the net. Here's Bezcalo behind the net now, putting a move on, putting it off the boards, getting it to Delaney Johnson. Johnson will flip it back into low into the corner. 20 seconds remaining in the power play here. This is sent ahead, and here's McMahon on the rush. Short-handed, walking in with a chance, trying to pull the move, and another great defensive play. That time by Delaney Johnson. And it's a delayed penalty coming up, picked up by McMahon, and it looks like it will be a Bluebird headed to the box. No, it'll be a Crimson player.
Another Crimson player, yep. We'll see if we can see it up here. There it is right there. So the Bluebirds will have a 5-on-3 advantage for 4 seconds. And then another power play opportunity for the Bluebirds. And again, they need to make something happen, Tom. Especially with penalties back to back and being the skater and having the skater advantage. They need to do something to try and get on the board here.
Need to get bodies in front of the net, get a scrapping goal, just try to get their momentum back here. As playing it in the zone is Sophie Sinjum. She'll get it up the boards to Tyson. Tyson trying to get to her defenseman, but instead it's picked up by Tater. Tater on the rush, trying to center it in front, tipped away there by Abby Peterson. Tater keep it in the zone though, as she'll drop it off. Big shot by Tim, and a good glove save by Shuck.
Oh, she put some mustard behind that shot, and Shuck able to grab that and glove it and hang on to it. But again, look at she fired from outside, kept that puck low to the ice, and right into the glove of Shuck.
Great eyes there by Shuck to see that all the way in and hold on to that one. Tim, who had that big shot just a second ago, will send it deep into the CPCR zone. Playing this one now to Delaney Johnson. She'll drop it off and get it up ahead. Sending it across is Mackenzie Baker. Mackenzie Baker into the zone on a rolling puck, trying to settle it down as she goes around the net. Dropping it off for Bezcalo. Bezcalo emerging, will send it low to Johnson, and Johnson will get a redirect. Another quick shot will go just wide right of the net. Johnson fighting for the puck again. It's Bezcalo behind the net on the rolling puck. Baker can't play the rolling puck, and it's picked up here by Chloe Corbin. Corbin on the rush. She has Tater with her, waiting, sending over to Tater, and Tater just didn't get enough on that one-timer. Would have been probably a wide open net and a goal.
Oh, it would have been, and it's unfortunate for the Crimson they ain't able to get that one moving, because there was a nice pass to her. She just couldn't control it.
Here's McMahon on the rush, on the short-handed rush, and they said she was offsides. Tater never got back.
I'll take another look at it again here, Thomas. Look at the pass as she draws Lisley over, because Lisley, there's no other defender on that side for the Bluebirds, and she just fanned on that. It was a perfect pass for her. Had Shuck down on the ice, but just couldn't complete it.
Shuck was down, but she was moving pretty well over that side. It might have been a save, but a missed opportunity to say the least.
Yes, it was
for the Crimson. Herdine will walk it into the zone. Flip it low. Chasing after this one is Peterson. The puck is taken away low by McMahon. McMahon waiting. We'll get it up top to Larson. Larson with the shot. That'll go wide right of the net. She probably wanted to get that one on net. Herdine. This will be taken away by Johnson. Johnson walking in, dropping it off for McMahon. All the way. Shot. That'll go off the pipe and out of play. That big wrister was by the sophomore Lauren Stensley. Wow.
Yeah, she walked in and took that one, and just was a hair short of getting a goal there. You see 9:38 remaining in the second period. Still 2-0 in favor of the Crimson, but you're going to see it here as she gets that wrister off and you hit the top, they hit the crossbar.
My coach has always said that as a goalie, the pipe is either your worst enemy or your best friend.
Exactly.
That time, best friends.
Yes. BFFs.
Here's Herdine walking into the zone with the puck. Here's McMahon. Top of the blue line, barely keeping it in. She will. It's Stensley now, but it's picked up and intercepted by Hallie Johnson, but not for long. McMahon walking in with a shot, blocked in front of the net. Rebound comes right out to Stensley. She can't play it. And now it's flipped all the way to the opposite side of the ice. Will not be icing. Larson will play it before it reaches the icing line. Here's Johnson. Up the boards. This will go right to Lisney. Up ahead for Abby Ness, the freshman. She'll send it into the zone. Picking it up is Larson once again. Larson sends it way up ahead here for Macklick. She'll tries to backhand it. She had a player running right down the middle of the net. That was Sachs, but the pass just missed, and it's picked up again by Sachs here in the neutral zone. Over to Stelgis for Macklick. Macklick will send it deep into the zone. Stelgis will chase. Abby Peterson trying to get it loose low. And it's picked up here by Delaney Johnson. Johnson over to Bezcalo. Bezcalo trying to get a shot off. It's redirected. It's grabbed in the air and held onto by Johnson. She'll get it out top. The shot will go wide. That shot was by number 12, Elena Hedlund, as that shot will go wide. Here's Hedlund. Back for Emily Peterson. Up ahead for Baker. Baker across the ice to Bezcalo. It will not be icing. Bezcalo will chase Jordan Tim to get this puck. He's hitting to the boards. And Peterson will keep it in the zone by chucking it in, but it's sent right to Tater on the far side. Tater over to Maklick. Right back off the boards to Tater. Tater with speed coming into the zone, taken away. Good defensive play there by number 28, Kyler Shack. Now Shack will chase after this puck. First one there, though, is Johnson for the Crimson. Fighting for it in the neutral zone. Will get right back to Johnson. Johnson waiting. Will get it over to Brandt. Brandt up ahead for Corbin. That pass is just off. Haley Williams trying to play it, but it's picked up by Tia Rice, and Tia Rice will send it deep into the zone. First one there is Hedlund. She'll get up ahead, kept in the zone by Larson. Larson keeping the zone once again on the clear attempt. Here's Larson with the shot, gloved and held onto by Shuck. That had a lot of mustard on it as well.
It did. And again, you're seeing the Crimson play down in the Bluebird end the most of this majority of this period. And only 2 shots on net for CPCR here. As you're going to see, just gets that, winds up and gets that, fires that shot right into Bailey Shook.
She'll cover that one up. Face-off will be sent deep. Larson will play it in her own zone. Stopping, waiting, getting over to Johnson. Now up the boards to Stensley. Out to McMahon. McMahon getting past one defender. Now trying to make a move around the net, and the net is dislodged. There was a little bit of contact into the net there. Net dislodged, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Face-off probably should stay in the Bluebird zone.
Yeah, again, that time you saw Herdine coming in, trying to come in maybe for a pass from McMahon.
I think a big opportunity was missed here for the Bluebirds when they had that 2 consecutive power plays and didn't get good possession in the Crimson zone.
And I think only got 1 or 2 shots on both opportunities. So
got to take advantage of those power plays. Now here's Emily Larson bringing it into the zone. It's taken away and picked up by Delaney Johnson. Johnson getting over to the opposite side to Sophie Sinjum. Taken away. Herdine down front looking for McMahon. Shot on goal was deflected, just floated right in front of Shook, and Shook dived out to go grab that one.
Yeah, I think she was tied up a little too by Peterson, not able to get a decent shot on net. We're going to see it here. Is it? No, tied up there. Wasn't Peterson. I'm not sure who it was. It was not Peterson, but she was tied up a little bit. Did not get the stick. Good shot from her stick on net.
Johnson trying to get ahead for Bezcalo. It'll picked up by Johnson. Will not be offsides. Here's Johnson trying to backhand it in front, looking for Mackenzie Baker, and she just can't get her stick on the ice to try to poke that in.
Yeah, she had that opening, and Baker, as you mentioned, just couldn't control the puck. But a nice feed to her.
This pass by Herdine is behind McMahon, but she'll get it up to Stinsley, and Stinsley will send it all the way deep. Picking this one up now, Mackenzie Baker up the boards to Bezcalo. Bezcalo flipping it up ahead for Mackenzie Baker. Mackenzie will lose the puck. Good defensive play by McMahon. And she'll get it up ahead here for Leasing. Stinsley gets tied up as she's going for the puck. Fighting forward in the near corner. Emerging with the puck now. She'll get up to Larson. Larson on the far boards. Send it around again. Trying to send this one up to Baker and Mackenzie Baker and out of the zone. And she will. Now quickly coming back on the rush is Stelgis. Stelgis centering across. A quick shot there by Maklick, and she just missed the net.
Yeah, again, I think she got the wrong angle on the puck, and it went off the heel of her stick.
Holly Johnson on the rush will center it across. She was looking for her line mate, number 22, Allie Lure, and that was just out of the reach of Allie Lure.
Again, that was a good opportunity for the Bluebirds there. Just we've seen a couple of them here in this period, but not able to actually get shots on net from them.
McLennan will send it up to Johnson. Johnson will send it deep into the Crimson zone. Trying to play this one on a rolling puck was Johnson. She'll leave it for Larson now as Larson will get it up ahead for Maklick. Macklick flipping it low to Johnson. Back to Larson now. Larson flipping it up off the head of a Bluebird player and into the neutral zone. It's flipped back into the Bluebird zone. Shuck will leave it for Abby Peterson. To McLennan. McLennan up. Play it ahead. Now here's Tim. We'll send it up to Tia Rice. Rice will flip it into the zone, but it's played by Abby Peterson again. She'll send it to the opposite side. Trying to get this out of the zone are the Bluebirds, and they will. Haley Williams flipping. Up to her line mate. She stops, waits, tries to center it in front. That's intercepted by Tia Rice, and here's Tater on the rush. Tater waiting, shooting, she'll shoot wide left of the net. Almost a great opportunity there for Tater. Get on the board with a goal rather than she just has one assist on the night. Few deflections kept in the zone though by Chloe Corbin. Chloe with the puck now, settles with it, tries to center in front to Tater, intercepted. Good defensive play there by Erica Tyson, and they'll be sent deep into the Crimson zone.
Yeah, Bluebirds getting a line change, needed to do that by playing it inside. Now you can see, Tom, the speed of Maple Grove here. I mean, they really do a nice job of turning on their speed and getting an opportunity to create some opportunities for themselves.
Speed, big factor here on the rink. 2-0 is the score. Walking down low with the puck is Baker. Baker gets it poked away by McMahon, and McMahon looks like she wants to take it all the way.
Well, she has the ability to do so.
Past the blue line, walking out front, waiting, trying to get a shot on goal. Finally taken away by Johnson. Shot from the point by Larson. That's blocked in front before we'll get to Shuck. Good defensive play in front of the net for the Bluebirds. Not sure who it was, but probably a clutch there defensive play. As it's picked up now by Stensley. Walking out front is Stensley now, waiting, shooting up in the chest protector, and a save by Shuck. Here's McMahon now behind the net. We'll get over to Herdine. This possession looking like a power play now for the Crimson.
It really is. They're doing a good job. Well, they've been doing a nice job of controlling the action in the Bluebird end for the most of this hockey game so far, through just about 2 periods, as we're getting close to the minute mark left in period number 2.
And Bezcala will send that all the way down for icing, and they will get beat. And the Crimson will probably have the puck right in front of Shuck. And I know it's a 2-0 game, but I'm really impressed by Shuck so far. She's let in 2, but she's been solid, and this game could be way more out of hand if it wasn't for her.
And that's how it's been so far here through the first 3 games for the Bluebirds, as she's kept them in all the contests. And again, 2-0. It's just finding offense for CPCR.
Picking this one up in the neutral zone. Multiple bodies fighting after it. Be picked up by Peterson and McLennan. She'll send it ahead, but it's tied up right before it can get into the Crimson zone. As McLennan will bring it in the zone herself now. She's hit from behind by Stelgis. Now it's picked up by Brandt. Over to Jenna Tim. She'll flip it up ahead. Kept in the zone again by McLennan. Tied up there was Sachs, and now back to Jenna Tim. Sending this one up ahead, Stelgis. Trying to tip it ahead for Sachs. And this one will barely cross the line in time before a Crimson player got there. And it'll be icing, face off in front of Morgan. And Morgan's on the other end. Morgan's had a pretty relaxing night so far tonight.
She's kind of been the lonely one on the ice tonight. Not a lot of action. Just, again, we talked about it. Just 2 shots on net so far for the Bluebirds in this period. 6 total for the game. And that's something that I know Coach Coltis will address as well.
Chasing after this one for the Bluebirds is Williams with the shot on goal. Another shot by Johnson, and another save, another shot, and another save. Consecutive shots and saves. Morgan getting a little bit of action there.
This is, we start talking about her not getting the action. She gets a little bit of action.
And that'll be the end of the second period now. A little flurry there by the Bluebirds, maybe a little momentum going into the locker room for this second intermission.
Oh, we can hope so. We'll get an opportunity to talk to Coach Coltis after our break, and he can tell us exactly what his thoughts are.
Absolutely. 2-0, the Crimson on top of the Bluebirds at the end of the second period. You're listening to CTN Sports. Welcome back here to the Champlin Ice Forum, Champlin, Minnesota. Score 2-0 after 2 periods of play. As I'm joined again, Howie Shapiro, Tom Terrar here, and 2-0, 17 shots on goal to 7. That's a big, wide margin.
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't get to talk to Coach Coltis. I'm sure he had more important things to do than talk to us and go back and talk to the squad about where they are. But they need to find some offense, you know. And we've talked about Bailey Shuck keeping this team in the game, and she certainly has, letting a couple go. But I thought they did a better job of slowing down a little bit what Maple Grove wanted to do. But the Bluebirds need to find some offense. That was one of their 3 shots on goal. Just 7, as we'll talk about, but 7 shots on goal through 2 periods. But Crimson got some pressure in on Shuck, able to make the saves. And the score was 2-0 after 1, and that's where we sit after 2 periods of play. And you're going to see the score, the stats here: 17 shots on goal for the total shots on goal. There you see for the period.
Yeah, I mean, it's lopsided.
It really is a 17-7 margin. And granted, I think that Coach Hegland would like to see more than 17 shots through 2 periods as well. But nonetheless, she's happy with a 2-0 lead going into the 3rd period. And the Bluebirds certainly have their work cut out for them. They need more offensive zone presence, and they need to do a better job of just making sure once they get that offensive zone presence, they give opportunities for themselves and see if they can get some goals.
And 0-3 on the power play through 2 periods.
Yep.
It's not what you want as a coach.
No.
You want I think the minimum is you get 1 out of 3. You're a happy coach.
Right.
And they're 0-3 on the night.
Well, and I think what's even concerns them probably more the fact that they haven't scored on that power play is that they've lacked shots on net.
Yeah.
And that's got to be concerning to them, because obviously when you have the skater advantage, you've got to generate offense, and they haven't been able to do it.
Sustained pressure is probably the word of the night here for the Bluebirds.
You got it.
3rd period coming up shortly here at the Champlin Ice Forum. 2-0. We'll be back with the 3rd period. You're listening to CTN Sports.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Welcome back here to the Champlin Ice Forum. See the sign right ahead, come support Gillette. That's the Champlin Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds raising money for Gillette Children's Hospital tonight.
Yeah,
There's also youth night, I believe, here.
Yes, it is, but a great cause, Gillette Children's Hospital, and there's so many unfortunate children. If you can raise some money to help things out, that's great. We'd love to see it.
See Bailey Shuck there. Goalies, all 3 goalies meet out there before every period. Just have a nice little goalie chat near the net. The other goalies, number 35 out there still with her, Brooke Freeman, a senior, and before that was Johnson. She's a junior, so a little goalie meeting to start this one off, and nice little mascot there.
Yeah,
for
Elia Johnson got the start in the JV game, got the win, 3-1 win for the JV, so good, solid effort in nets for her.
Face off for some 3rd period hockey here, 2-0, as the Crimson. Big shocker, they start in the offensive zone. It's McMahon behind the net. McMahon, near side, up to Larson. Larson slaps one that'll deflect off the stick of Bez Cullo and go wide of the net.
Well, they're probably a little disappointed they didn't get a tally in that 2nd period. Got a couple of goals in the 1st, but nothing in the 2nd. And as you mentioned, pressure right away to start this third.
They're going to come out guns a-blazing. Coming out is Shook. Shook trying to flip that one up. Picked up behind the net by Lisney. Delaney Johnson with the puck low. Trying to flip it. Three should flip it off the boards and get it to Emily Peterson. Peterson will get it taken away by McMahon. McMahon walking down the middle, waiting. Won't drop it off to her defenseman. Now she'll get it up top to Johnson. Johnson winds up with a big shot and a good save by Shook, seeing that one all the way through and deflecting that into the corner with her blocker.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to see that shot coming from that distance, and she did a nice job of staying with it.
Delaney Johnson now will flip it behind her own net. She'll get it over for Lisney. Lisney all the way across, intercepted by Larson. Larson trying to center it in front. That's deflected to the far side of the ice. Now is Chloe Corbin. Corbin dropping it off for Tia Rice. Tia Rice, very fast skater. She's had an advantage all night, as well as Tater. Tristana Tater with the puck now. She'll get it over for Tim. Tim with the shot. Stick save, rebound. Puck's floating out front. Another shot attempt and another save by Shuck.
Yeah, Shuck just making sure she stays with where that puck is.
And an easy slashing call there as Tater got a big slash. That was by number 27, Bezcalo. And this will be touched there by number 16, Hannah Lisney, and an obvious penalty on the Bluebirds. Not the way they wanted to start this third period.
We talked about it in the second period. It's important to stay out of the box and not give the Crimson an extra skater. And as we just see with just a little more than 2 minutes gone by in this third period, the Bluebirds are already going to play a skater short here for a couple of minutes.
Power play time here for the Crimson. Here's Herdine to McMahon up top. McMahon walking into the zone. McMahon being patient, trying to get a one-timer to Stinsley, but she fanned on it. She might have been tied up with a defender in front. This is kept in the zone, though, by McMahon once again. McMahon waiting, shooting, and another save by Shook. Rebound out front will be sent all the way down, mostly because of a great save in front by Shook.
McMahon does a nice job of moving with the puck, and she's able to sidestep a defender and then create opportunity. You saw that, and Shook having to come up with that save. Larson
getting it up to Tater now. Player tripping there for that's Abby Peterson, gets tripped up on the play, but they still get it back into the neutral zone. Minute 15 left in the power play for the Crimson. Walking down is Stensley with momentum. Stensley gets around one. She'll shoot it high, trying to get above the left shoulder, trying to get to the right corner of the net, and she'll throw that way up high and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Bluebird zone.
Yeah, look like maybe Shuck got a piece of that, pushing it up and away. Just a little over a minute. Minute 6 remaining on the power play. A couple of shots here for the Crimson on this advantage.
But like you said, Shuck keeping them in this game right now as McMahon will control this one. One-timer to Larson, blocked by Haley Williams in front of the net. On the rush now, on the short-handed, is Delaney Johnson. She'll send a shot wide right of the net. Kept in the zone, though, by Haley Williams. She'll get it taken away by Larson. She'll poke it away from Larson, but Larson will get it back to Johnson. Johnson up the near side to Larson. Larson will take it in herself and just flip it down low. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for the Crimson. Chloe Corbin will get it up top to McMahon. McMahon sending it across to Larson. Larson flipping it to the near corner. Picking this one up is Peterson now. Back to Larson. Over. Looking for Tater. Pass was just out for Tater. She'll get it behind the net to Stinsley. Back to Larson. Up top. McMahon. Over to Tater on the rolling puck. Tater can't control it. She'll slap it behind the net. Picked up by Chloe Corbin. Larson in the near corner. Dropping off and cycling it for Corbin. Up top, McMahon. Back to Corbin. Dump it low. Corbin trying to keep it in the zone. Instead, it'll be poked back to McMahon, who's playing the defense position. Not normally a defenseman, but on the power play she is.
She does it all.
We're back to full strength now. Picking up is Stinsley. Send it up and off the boards for McMahon. Opportunity McMahon, and offsides called. Close call there, but they'll call offsides. Faceoff will come just outside the Bluebird zone.
Bluebirds did a nice job of fighting off that power play by the Crimson. Just a couple of shots on net, and always an advantage when you're not when you can be on the penalty kill and keep that puck out of the net.
Yeah, absolutely, and Shuck having a great game, over a 90% save percentage against the number 8 team in the state, keeping her team in the game in the third period. Huge. Shuck having a great one.
Yeah, we just talked about the fact that the Bluebirds just need to find some way to generate some offense, and not able to get a shot on goal here in this third period. Just 7 for the contest so far. So our official is talking to the bench.
Yeah. And another fact that I've noticed just recently in this third period is that the Maple Grove connect a lot more higher their percentage of passes than do the Bluebirds.
And we talked about it's just their first game, so they're getting things worked out. Coach Hegler's got to be pleased with where this game is so far for their first contest of the year.
This one now is Johnson. She'll get it up ahead, but it's kept in the zone by Brandt. Holly Johnson get it over for McLennan. Kept in the zone, though, by Sachs, as she's trying to center it in front to Maklick, but it'll be deflected and sent ahead. Now sending into the zone for the Bluebirds, but it's picked up quickly by the Crimson. Up ahead for Sachs to Stelgis. Stelgis will walk into the zone, trying to get it out front, deflected away. Good defensive play there by Emily Peterson. Now here's Brandt over to Jenna Tim. Tim will send it ahead to Tia Rice. Tia Rice is tied up. Stelgis poking after it now. Tia Rice will emerge with the puck from the near blue line. Brandt with a shot that's deflected right away. It'll kind of take a basketball arc right into the glove of Shuck for the save.
Yeah, dropped right into the bucket. As that did have a little arc to it. It just kind of fell right into Shuck. You're going to see that as a defender got a piece of that puck.
That's some good arc.
Yeah, there's some nice arc. I like that.
A quick save there by Shuck right off the faceoff. Her 22nd save of the night. This is flipped up and ahead for Mackenzie Baker. Baker trying to get pushed off the puck by Tater. She'll send it on net, the save, and corralled to her defenseman by Lucy Morgan. Up and over for Emily Larson. Larson wanting to take it herself in reverse and settle it down. The Crimson can be patient with this 2-goal lead.
They certainly can. And again, without very little pressure from the Bluebirds here so far.
As this will be sent back deep into the Crimson zone, and so deep, and it was past center ice, so it'll be icing. Face off right in front of Shuck once again. So a lot of lines contributing for Maple Grove. 3 deep lines full of fast players, I think, is the big difference right now for them.
That's nice. It's nice to have that kind of advantage when you've got 3 lines that skate quickly and play well.
McLennan fighting for it low. She'll lose it to McMahon. McMahon will send it deep once again. Chasing after it is Herdine. Fighting for it on the far boards. Now it's picked up and trapped low, but not for long. Here's Stensley trying to keep it in the zone. This will be slapped out of the zone, but it'll go right to Haley Williams. Haley Williams with opportunity. She's tries to pull a move on, is pushed off the puck there by by Jenna Tim. And it's right back to the Crimson. Here's McMahon on the rush. McMahon walking into the zone, wrapping around the net. She has a defender right on her. Looks like she might have been held up a little bit. McMahon gets some extra shots in, a little extracurriculars there. As this will be dropped off now for Jenna Tim. Tim looking for Stinsley. That was out of Stinsley's reach. And a penalty coming up on the Crimson, as that was number 17 for the Bluebirds, Brooke Del Castillo. She hasn't seen much ice time tonight, but she draws a penalty.
Well, you go out there, maybe a defensive specialist. Go out and draw that penalty, and we'll get an opportunity to be on the power play again. And again, it's an important situation for the Bluebirds. Certainly not out of this game. 9:23 remaining, but they have to find a way to score, and I think score fairly quickly if they want to make this a contest.
Warren Stensley in the penalty box, another one of their better players, and that's tough to lose one of your better overall players on a penalty kill. Like they lost Larson, we thought that was going to be trouble, but let's see, 0 for 3 on the power play. Let's see if the Bluebirds can get something done here. As this is picked up by Larson right away, and she'll send it deep. Excuse me, that's Tater. Tater pushing it deep into the zone. It's played by Chloe Corbin now. They're on they're shorthanded right now, but they got possession in the offensive zone. Kept in the zone by Tim. This will be slid up and ahead on the rush here. Erica Tyson trying to center it across, but was tied up with the defenseman, Annika Johnson. This will be misplayed and had to be covered up by Lucy Morgan to stop play.
Trying to wrap that puck around, see if they can get something, but it just weakly came out to Lucy Morgan, and she just made sure she dropped on it.
Face off to the right of Morgan as they're tied up with it. Finally get loose to Tater. And Tater's just all over the place tonight. She is skating kind of wild and just out there to just wreak havoc.
Well, and again, you know, these kids in their first game of the season want to make sure they make the best of it and get off to a good start and make an impression, and they certainly have.
Here's Johnson, will send it deep. First one there will be Annika Johnson. She'll get it taken away by Biscalo. Mackenzie Baker behind her own net. Now on the power play, they have some possession, but not for long. It's taken away by Tater. She's got a skater with her. It's Chloe Corbin, but a great defensive play there by number 16, Hannah Lisney.
Yeah,
what a great defensive play.
She is a solid player for this Bluebird team, and really a stalwart on defense for CPCR.
As they'll send it ahead now, Baker will flip it into the zone. Played behind the net by McMahon. 30 seconds remaining in the power play. It hasn't really looked like a power play, to be honest.
Has not.
As now it's McMahon walking out. She has a player with her, and she's tripped down from behind. I'm not sure. It could have been a penalty, but they will not call anything. We'll play on. 15 seconds left in the power play as Johnson will take it behind her own net. Up and off the boards here for Herdeen. She has McMahon to her left. McMahon off the pass. Right back, and a great save by Shuck. Wow.
Yeah, Shuck able to slide across to her left and make that save. And you know, again, she's been the reason that it's just been a 2-0 slim lead here for Maple Grove.
That is great anticipation by her to know that puck's going back and be able to get over there in time. And that's a tripping penalty on the Bluebirds, and they'll be at a disadvantage right after the power play.
Yeah, the unfortunate situation, they couldn't get anything done on the power play. Now they're going to be a skater short for a couple of minutes. Watch this again, a shot on an opportunity here. Passes, slides that across.
Good old give and go.
And they give it back to her right off the pad.
She was there even before the puck or the other player was there. I mean, that's great anticipation for a goaltender to know that pass is coming back. As now a power play here for the Crimson. The penalty right after that great save. It'll be deflected out front and back to Tia Rice. To Tim. Back to Chloe Corbin out top here. Corbin wanting to walk down the middle. Waiting, shooting, save by Shuck. As she squeezes that one tight to hold on to it. And faceoff will stay in the Bluebird zone. 141 remaining in the power play.
Yeah, she's done a nice job again, stopping 24 of the 26 shots she's faced so far. Is that right into the midsection just to make sure she gathers it in.
Here's Tater waiting. She'll flip it opposite side, looking for Herdeen. Instead, it'll be sent into the neutral zone, not all the way down, but in the neutral zone. But that's a defensive play there by Kyler Shack. As McMahon playing it in her own zone. Will start again in front of Morgan, past her own blue line. Into offensive territory is McMahon. She'll circle around, waiting again. Wait, she'll drop it off for Tater. Tater trying to get in the middle, looking for Stinsley, back up top, McMahon. Over to Larson. Larson reversing, waiting. Get a low to Herdine. Top, McMahon. Over to Tater. Up top to McMahon again. Tater, right side, waiting, shooting, trying to center it across to Herdine. Looking for that first goal of the night.
Same side of the net.
Similar play. As McMahon walks down, fakes the slapper, waits, shoots. It was off the inside of the pipe. Oh, what a close play. And now here's Stinsley. Shot, blocked in front of the net, did not get to Shook. Player tripping down in front of the net. Still controlled, though, by Emma Larson. Larson trying to center it across, one-timer to Tater, and Tater just couldn't get her stick down to get that one. 10 seconds now in the power play, and a lot of missed opportunities there from the Crimson.
A lot of missed opportunities, and it just shows you what they can do with the puck, especially that young lady right there.
And McMahon will just dump it as they'll change, as we're back to even strength here at the Champlin Ice Forum. 2-0. Bluebirds trying to come up with something to get on the board and make this a game with less than 5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, I mean, this contest is at the point where the Bluebirds were hoping to get a tally here before this point in the third period.
And if this stays true, this score is the ending score. It's one goal in their first 3 games. That's not going to win you too many.
No, that won't win you too many, and that's what Coach Colchis, I'm sure, will be scratching his head about, especially considering the Tuesday they played the #1 team in the metro area, in the Andover Huskies, undefeated Andover Huskies, 3-0, coming off that big win over the Edina Hornets.
Keeping on the legacy of, she didn't play girls hockey, but she was a girls hockey player, technically, at Andover, Maddie Rooney.
Yes, she was good.
My classmate. It's the reason I switched from hockey to basketball was because of her.
She beat you out, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, she did.
You're 6'7", basketball was a good choice, I'm sure, for you. So.
Yeah. Wasn't too shabby.
Nope.
Face off here to the left of Shuck. Fighting after it. Here is Sachs. Picked up, though, and ahead from McLennan. This will be picked up by Delaney Johnson. Johnson will get hit off the puck and held up by number 24, Jenna Tim. Tim trying to get out of the zone. She'll get it up ahead for Macklick. Macklick will send it right to Abby Peterson. Peterson trying to send it up ahead to Sinjum. And it'll go right to Brandt instead. Up ahead for Sachs. Now to Stelgis. Stelgis walking into the zone. She's tied up, but it'll get right to Tia Rice here. Tia Rice keeping in the zone. Send in the neutral zone now by Sinjum. Chasing after it is Johnson in her own zone. Johnson sending it over to Larson. It's out of the reach of Larson, kept in the zone by Baker, and Baker can't play, and it'll squeak into the neutral zone. Fighting forward near side now, near the blue line in the zone is Baker. Baker trying to get it free. And it will finally come loose here to Larson. Over to Johnson. Back to Larson. Larson waiting. And finally we'll get it up and ahead. It's deflected and picked up and sent ahead. Here's Holly Johnson chasing after it. Tia Rice with the puck in her own zone. Crimson being very patient, they're not in a rush to get out of their zone, but the Bluebirds just can't get any possession of the puck right now.
Well, that's the key. They're playing basically keep away with the puck at this point down in their own end.
As Larson will send it up and off the boards and ahead for Leasing. Puck is tied up in front of the net. Now emerging with it is Chloe Corbin. Corbin waiting, trying to get a shot off. It's deflected before he can get on net. Fighting after this one, tripped up on the play is Holly Johnson. Now here's Annika Johnson into the offensive zone. Johnson waiting, shooting, and it's saved initially and then covered up with the blocker. She thought she hugged it under her armpit.
Yeah, she wasn't sure where it was at first.
But she had to get her eyes down on the ice to find that one. She'll cover it up. That's Haley Shuck's 27th save of the night. She's having a great game.
Yeah,
keep saying it, but she's having a great game.
She really is. There's no question about it.
as Herdeen will place one in the offensive zone. Stinsley up top to Jenna Tim. Back down low to Herdeen. Herdeen trying to center it in front. That's deflected on a rolling puck. Trying to get out of the zone is Delaney Johnson. She will. She's chasing after this one. Diving after the puck was Johnson. And right back, a shot, a save, rebound. Was laying out front. It'll go right to a defenseman. Another kick save there by Morgan. Another shot will go wide to the net. That one by Bezcalo. And a little flurry there by the Bluebirds.
Probably the best of the game for the Bluebirds.
Couldn't find it in the back of the net. No, here's McMahon right back at it on the offensive end. McMahon waiting, patient with the puck. No one can catch up with her even when she's coasting. Centers it across. Quick shot, another save by Shuck.
Crazy. Great job, nice pass. Nice job by Bailey Shuck to get a pad on it.
Shuck now, 28 saves on the night. Here's Abby Peterson in her own zone trying to get it out. She's stick checked away from the puck by Stinsley. Here's Stinsley. Backhand on goal and another save by Shuck.
Just trying to get that backhand behind her. We'll take a look at Bailey Shuck as she has definitely kept the score where it is. Gave up those first 2 period goals, but none to get past her since. And she's just so aware of where the puck is and just able to get in front of the opportunities here from Maple Grove, just getting that pad out, pushing it away. And again, you talked about it, 29 saves on the night is a pretty impressive evening for that young lady. It's just unfortunate for the Bluebirds that they haven't been able to generate any offense. Just 10 shots on goal here with less than a minute remaining in the contest.
Right. And a lot of times a goalie can look really good when there's good defensive play in front of her.
Yep.
I would say that it hasn't been the best defensive play.
No.
And she's still doing this.
Yeah.
I mean,
standing on her head, making saves, basically.
Absolutely. It's quite remarkable what she's done tonight against the eighth best team in the state. I mean, the great thing about having a good goaltender like Bailey Shuck is that if you feel like you can be in every game.
Right.
When you don't have confidence in your goaltender, you feel like you have to take chances. You feel like you have to really push the envelope, but if you have a solid goaltender, you can just play your game.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Tom, and in a situation like this is that it keeps them in games, but you know, maybe I'm sounding like a broken record, but offensively they're just not being able to generate anything, and that's the key. If they've been able to generate offense with her playing as well in the nets, this is a different situation. But again, you're not going to win hockey games with 10 shots on goal in 3 periods.
You are not. And on the other side, you're looking for, knock on wood, the shutout for Lucy Morgan.
Right.
With 50 seconds remaining. This is controlled for a second by McMahon. Now tied up with it is Corbin on the near boards. As it finally gets loose, Stinsley will have it. It's tied up again as the Bluebirds are just coming off a timeout trying to get something going here. Maple Grove purposely trying to just tie this up on the boards. It's finally picked up and flipped up ahead for Baker. Baker's got Bezcalo with her, and then she pushed that too far in front of her, and a great savvy defensive play there by Emma Larson.
And now Shuck is out of the net, so the Bluebirds have that extra skater.
And it's picked up by Bezcalo. Bezcalo flipping it ahead for Haley Williams. Williams shot will go wide left of the net. Got to get that on net. 5 seconds remaining in the period. And that'll be the end of this one. So maybe a little bit of rush at the end. But first period it was 2-0. It ends third period 2-0. Final score as Bailey Shuck doing all she can, but the Bluebirds did not find the back of the net tonight.
And Lucy Morgan's teammates congratulating her for the shutout. She saved the 10 shots that the Bluebirds were able to put on net. But again, a disappointing evening for CPCR as they're going to drop to 0-2-1 and still looking for that offensive answer in this young season.
Right, as they shake hands in the middle of the ice. 2-0 is the final. And again, both goaltenders obviously playing well on either side, and a low-scoring affair because of the Bluebirds' lack of offense. But I mean, it was still a fun overall hockey game to watch because
Yes.
of big scoring chances and big saves.
Yeah, and again, just how much that Bailey Shuck would keep him in the game, and she did, and it just wasn't going to be the Bluebirds' evening tonight.
No, not. And we'll have our upcoming schedule here. We'll have some more girls hockey Tuesday night against my alma mater, Andover. That'll be live at 7 p.m. After that, we'll have some boys hockey the week after that, Tuesday night. That'll be Coon Rapids visiting the Rogers Royals. That'll be at 7 p.m. as well. And then on November 30th, Friday, boys and girls basketball, a little doubleheader action. Coon Rapids at Forest Lake. That'll start. Live coverage of that will start at 6 p.m.
That should be a lot of fun. Get an opportunity to watch. That's the opener for the basketball program. So we've got some good stuff coming up.
Good stuff. Hockey, basketball. Love this time of year. It's cold outside, but the sports, it's the best sports season in my opinion.
I don't disagree with you.
So that'll be the end of this one. 2-0 is the final. Bailey Shuck doing all she can, but Lucy Morgan ended up getting the shutout. And it's a 2-0 victory for the Crimson over the Bluebirds. For Howie Shapiro, my name is Tom Tarrant. For everyone in the truck and the crew tonight, thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to CTN Sports. Have a great night.